Welcome to a new scented video. Today we're going to talk about new releases in the month of June. So if you're curious to see what fragrances came out last month, just keep watching. We have some catching up to do, and as I've been preparing for my move, I haven't had time to really do this video. So there has been quite a few fragrances released so far and some very interesting releases. Let's get started. The first one comes to us from the house of Miller Harris and it's called Rivery Bergamot. This one is added to their Editions collection and is described as a fresh citrus, aromatic and woody fragrance. The fragrance is inspired by calm and tranquil atmosphere basking in the summertime and warm weather. It is created by the perfumer Emily Bouge, who took inspiration by listening to the music that Miller Harris team curated when she was trying to capture a memory of blissful mornings, of reverie surrounded by light and shadows, music and words. So this fragrance has a gorgeous yellow sunshiny bottle. I really like the Miller Harris colorful bottles. They are very stylish and simplistic, but also kind of really eye-catching, and I find this very appealing. I really like the presentation of this fragrance. And we have on the top bergamot, orange, tangerine, basil and artemisia. In the heart we have lavender, coriander, rosemary, geranium, leather, cedar leaf, caraway. And in the base we have sandalwood, vetiver, patchouli and moss. The fragrance is available at 50 and 100 ml eau de parfum. I think I have never actually tried a Miller Harris fragrance before. I'm really interested, but they have so many that I don't really know where to start. And it feels like this one is the perfect summer vibes type of fragrance, really happy, uplifting. So it's one to really wear in this type of hot weather. So that's a very good release for them. Please let me know if you have tried their fragrances. What would be a good place to start for a completely Miller Harris beginner? From the house of Hermes, we have a flanker of their very popular iconic fragrance Twilly, and this one is called Twilly d'Hermes Eau Ginger, and as the name suggests, this one features notes of ginger or candied ginger, peony and cedar. I love the bottle. It's happy yellowy bottle. Ginger comes to mind with a little bow of like a gingery and pink. So as far as presentation goes, and the box, they're really cute. The fragrance was created by the in-house perfumer Christine Nigel, and the new version of Twilly d'Hermes wants to highlight its pop side with sunny and radiant accords. The brand is listing only 3 notes, so we have on the top peony, in the middle we have ginger and candied ginger, and in the base we have cedar. The fragrance will be available in 30 ml, 50 ml and 85 milliliters. So if you're a fan of Hermes Twilly, but you want something a little bit more spicy, punchy, gingery for the summer, I think this is a very good one. I have only tested, I think, Twilly in store, but I've never owned a bottle of it, so I think that might be one fun way to experience the fragrance. I really quite like fragrances with ginger in them because they're adding a little bit of spiciness. I think the last fragrance with ginger that I really liked for the summer was from the Guerlain Aqua Allegoria line, the Ginger Picante. I didn't buy it, but I've always had my eye on it. I really quite like it. So if this one has this type of zingy vibe, that could be a really fun fragrance for the summer. The house of Gucci comes to us with another of their Alchemist Garden, the gorgeous collection that I've never tried any of their fragrances. And this is the fragrance called the Alchemist Garden 9021. It comes in a beautiful kind of like a bottle green bottle, no pun intended, with a golden cap. It is just as stunning as all of their other fragrances. The fragrance is created in celebration of the Gucci's 100th birthday, and the line is inspired by the art of alchemy and fragrance making. This one is created by none other than Alberto Morillas. The fragrance is a green citrusy chypre composition based on the note of neroli, which has a sweet fizzy green edge combined with limone cedrato from Florence, verbena and earthy lush foresty moss. So this fragrance will be available as a 100 ml eau de parfum and it seems to be a very perfect for the summer type of zesty green type of concoction. Alberto Morillas obviously can do no wrong. I still have not tried any of the Alchemist Garden fragrances. I'm really curious. Please tell me your favorite if you have tried them. I know they're not cheap by any means, but boy oh boy, one day I will have one of them bottles. We have a niche house next, and this is L'Orchestre Parfum, and this fragrance is called Ambre Cello. And I have never tried any of the brand's fragrances. I think they're inspired by music, and this one is also no exception. This fragrance is inspired by the cello, so it is a deep woodsy fragrance. I really like the inspiration, and the bottle that it comes in, it's very classy, very simplistic, but also very statement. And I love how they have the notes on the side of the box as well. So this fragrance sounds right up my alley with notes of tonka bean, benzoin, bergamot, myrrh and vanilla. The fragrance inspiration, as it tells the story on Fragrantica, is how the founder of the brand went to in Dubai to some sort of a market and heard a story about a virtuose cello player, and that inspired him to create this deep and sensual kind of like an amber fragrance. And you know that this is exactly the type of fragrances that I like, and I think it will be amazing for the autumn, so I'm kind of really interested. This house is now on my radar, and that will be one of the releases that I'm looking forward to maybe trying. From Zara, we do have another collaboration for the summer with Jo Malone on the Jo Loves line, and 3 fragrances are included in this collaboration. One is called Spring Blossom Cascade, the other one is called Waterfall Broom, and Cerise Peony. These promise to be perfect for the summer, easy to wear, flowery, I guess, based fragrances. So if you're interested, I think they should be coming soon to Zara. And I do find that this collaboration between Jo Malone and Zara really brought back Zara on the map for fragrance lovers as well. So I'm curious to test these. Now, you know me autumn. I love kind of like a scarf scent, something much more calming. And the next release is coming to us from the house of Maison Margiela, and it's called Autumn Vibes. What could be more perfect than this? Let's have a look at the fragrance. So it does come in the typical Maison Margiela fragrance bottle. Autumn Vibes is a fragrance that brings back an autumn, warm day, a colorful forest landscape, fresh air, and feeling of being in nature. The woodsy spice scent blends notes of cedar with moss reminiscent of a walk in the woods. The colorful leaves under your feet are evoked by pink pepper and cardamom essence. The note sounds amazing, and also I'm kind of shocked that they haven't done this earlier, because, or any brand for that matter, having Autumn Vibes fragrance, because autumn is a great inspiration, and now we are kind of coming into fall, so this release makes perfect sense, and I am definitely trying this one. A flanker from the house of Mugler, and I don't know even how many flankers anymore the Angel fragrance has, but this one is the 2021 Angel Nova Eau de Toilette. It is described as a fresh floral fruity composition with bright notes of citruses and lychee in the opening, rose petal oil and creamy and velvety magnolia in the heart, and Virginia cedar base. So this one sounds quite delicious. I really like the lychee. The bottle is beautiful and pink. It does have some woodsy notes. I do love, well, love is an interesting word, but I do have certain relationship with the Angel fragrance, and I love the House of Mugler for their creativity. So I don't even remember when did I try Angel Flanker for the last time. It feels like they're just like really milking the name, but why not? It is a fragrance that many people love, and it's good to revisit. This one is, if you're a fan of Angel and you want to have something a bit more tropical for the summer, I think I'm really interested in the lychee kind of part of it. That would be delicious. From the house of Zadig and Voltaire, we do have a duo of fragrances, and they're called Art for All. This is a limited edition fragrance, and it features illustration of the Paris roof and the Eiffel Tower. The fragrances are Zadig and Voltaire. This is him, Art for All, and this is her, Art for All. The masculine fragrance, this is him, Art for All, was composed of warm vanilla notes contrasted by spicy and sweet cardamom and citrusy sparkle of pink grapefruit. For the creamy and milky signature, there is sandalwood accord in the base. I really love how this one sounds, the This Is Him one. I have not tried the original This Is Him, so I don't know, is this kind of like just a bottle or re-promote, or how they tweak the whole composition. But it does sound lovely, and I am a fan of cardamom, so when you tell me something has cardamom, I am there. Let's have a look at the female so-called one. So this is her, Art for All. It has the same signature vanilla sandalwood base as the man's one, but also has a cashmere, and in the heart is dominated by exotic frangipani blooms combined with jasmine and chestnut accord, touched by a fruity sweetness of mango. This one also sounds pretty good to me. Cashmere and chestnut, and this is, I find it very strange how it will combine with mango, because we have chestnuts that are very like autumn vibes, and then you have mango, which is tropical and very sweet. So this one will be interesting. I think I'm leaning towards the masculine one more. It's in my wheelhouse more, but both fragrances are super beautiful. I love the illustration, I love the inspiration, so I might try this. I've never had a Zadig and Voltaire fragrance, but I'm kind of interested in the This Is Him, Art for All. On a designer note, we do have a new fragrance from Oscar de la Renta, or this is more of a flanker of their fragrance Bella, and this is Bella Night. The bottle is absolutely stunning. It is in midnight blue, adorned with all sorts of flowers. The perfumer for this fragrance is Clement Gavary. We have in the opening apple blossom, raspberry, orange zest. In the middle notes we have night blooming jasmine, orange blossom, magnolia, white freesia. In the base we have saffron, crystallized sugar, white amber, and cedarwood and moss. This one will be available in 100 ml eau de parfum, and the price will be around 86 euros. I really like, first of all, the bottle and the whole look of this line, and the inspiration. So I think midnight type of inspired fragrances usually are my vibe, so this one is definitely interesting. Now on to one of the releases that I'm super interested about, but I can never have because I have no access to this whole line, and this is from Dior and their Maison Dior line. It is called Vanilla Diorama, and this one is inspired by Diorama Gourmand, one of Christian Dior's favorite treats that he has had in a famous Parisian restaurant. The fragrance is created by perfumer François Demachy, who took inspiration of this delectable dessert that Christian Dior so liked. The recipe of this dessert is unknown, except for the fact that it includes juicy vanilla pods, glazed orange, and bitter chocolate. So based on that, the perfumer took a creative inspiration, and the notes in this fragrance are on the top lemon, orange, and pink pepper. In the heart we have rum, cocoa, and cardamom. In the base we have bourbon, vanilla, patchouli, and sandalwood. This fragrance is available as 40 ml, 125 ml, and 200 ml eau de parfum. I am super jealous of all of you who can access these fragrances. Oh my god, it seems that this whole line is so good, and there are so many fragrances from the line that I want to try. This one is high on my list. I love a gourmand, I love fragrance with a boozy note. This one has rum and cocoa. I mean, come on, come on. Yeah, I have no idea how to get my hands on this, but if I could, I would. Another one from a designer exclusive line we have from YSL, and this fragrance is called Rouge Velours. The fragrances and this line are presented in architectural bottles in sheer glass, and the caps have this grain de poudre texture, which mimics the Monsieur Saint Laurent's tuxedo fabric. And this one is inspired by glam rock style of red velvet clothes and fashion accessories. The fragrance is described as super floral with ambery tones. So the notes in this fragrance are: on the top we have white tea, pink pepper, in the heart we have rose, jasmine and iris, and in the base we have patchouli, vetiver and musk. The fragrance will be available as 75 and 125 milliliters eau de parfum. So if you're a fan of this line, I know they have quite a few fragrances and they're all inspired by different fabrics. And this one sounds pretty interesting, so looking forward to testing it. Luckily, I think our kind of like a department store here is stocking the line, so I could get my nose on that. I really like this whole line and I'm yet to find one that is my fragrance. Let me know which one is your favorite from the line if you have tried them. I think one day I went ham and I sprayed all of them on different like blotters, and when I got home they were all like mixed together and I couldn't know which one is which. A fragrance from the house of Kayali. We do have another vanilla inspired fragrance, so this one is Utopia Vanilla Cocoa 21. This one combines gourmand notes and white flowers. It's described as a warm, luxurious, sensual and truly irresistible fragrance that contains some of the favorite notes of Huda Kattan, being vanilla bourbon, coconut milk, gardenia and jasmine. The bottle is stunning. I love the diamond shape kind of a cut, and the millennial pink. It's my favorite color. I'm so basic, like give me anything in millennial pink and I'll be very interested in it. The fragrance will be available as a 10 milliliter, 50 milliliter and 100 milliliter eau de parfum. I am yet to try a Kayali fragrance, but this one sounds pretty yummy. I hate that word, but coconut, you know, coconut and vanilla, you can't go wrong with this one. So it's perfect addition for the summer. That will be something very nice to wear in the heat. Next one, we have a niche fragrance from my house that I have never heard of and I have never tried, but the scent sounded so interesting that I just had to talk about it. And this is from the brand Perfumes, I guess that's how it's pronounced, I'm sorry. You can see it on the screen. If I'm mispronouncing it, I apologize. And the fragrance name is called Café de Changmai. This one comes in a 30 milliliter bottles and the notes sound magical. I mean, there is, if you want to read about it on Fragrantica website, there is a whole story of it. It sounds amazing. So Changmai is a town, and the whole line is inspired by different memories. So this one will be recreating like a coffee type of experience. The top notes here are rum, bergamot, neroli, black pepper, hazelnuts and sugar. In the middle notes we have coffee, jasmine, champaca, violet, geranium, rose and orchid. And in the base we have chocolate, sandalwood, musk, vanilla, benzoin, heliotrope, amber and tobacco. This fragrance is calling my name all over the place. It has so many notes that I love. And ever since I tried the zoologist chipmunk, I've been like crazy about hazelnuts. I've become a chipmunk myself. Like I'm after the hazelnuts. So when I saw this one, I was like, yes, definitely on my radar. I have never tried this brand. Please, if you have tried, tell me what do you think. It seems pretty niche, but like really gourmand, this one. So I'm really interested. I will definitely look for it online and probably get one and do a review. From the house of Tiffany, we do have a flanker, and this one is called Tiffany Rose Gold. This one is inspired by rose gold jewelry. The bottle is gorgeous. It does have this rose gold vibes with the beautiful band of Tiffany blue. So 10 out of 10 for looks of the bottle. The fragrance is created by Jérôme Epinette. The notes of this one we have on the top blackcurrant, in the middle we have blue rose and iris, and in the base notes we have musk and ambrette. This fragrance will be available as a 50 ml and 75 ml eau de parfum. And you can also personalize the bottles with your engraving, I guess, in some stores. So this one looks beautiful in presentation. I am really loving the way this one looks. I think I've tried a couple times the Tiffany fragrance and I quite like it. This one I think will not disappoint either. I'm looking forward to trying it in store. These were fragrances that were featured in the month of June, but because I'm coming a little bit late and I see some fragrances that were so exciting that I just have to talk about them, I will throw them in this section because I need to make you aware of that in case you don't know, but I'm sure that you all do. The first one comes from Memo, which you know I love that house, and they have a new fragrance coming to us, a new destination fragrance with a gorgeous bottle. This one is Corfu, a modern chypre with an overdose of musk, opening on a tangy rhubarb mixed with sparkling citrus fruits and aromatic basil. The fragrance evolves towards a soft and delicate bouquet, leaving on the skin a sophisticated faceted musk with notes of sandalwood, amber, cashmere, and leaves a creamy trail. The notes we have on the top: bergamot, mandarin, blackcurrant, grapefruit, lemon, and orange. In the middle we have jasmine, peach, raspberry, geranium, clove, and iris. And in the base we have sandalwood, cedarwood, amber, moss, patchouli. This one sounds super good, like super good. We have all of the beautiful fruity citruses even on the top, and then we have some a little bit more kind of spicy things. We have clove and iris, but also we have jasmine, and in the base we have sandalwood and cedar and patchouli. So there is enough depth to hold this fragrance. It is not just like a airy kind of summery citrus. So I think that this one will be quite delicious to try, and I'm loving Memo. I can never say no to a Memo, so definitely it's on my radar. Of course, I'm such an easy prey for that brand. Now we ending up on a high note. I am most excited of all of the releases this month. I'm most excited of this one. And if you know me and my year-long rant about Angel's Share, you will know why I am so excited. Kilian is launching 2 more fragrances to their liqueurs perfume line. You know, the ones that come in the nice like liquor glasses. So these 2 fragrances are called Le Vert and Apple Brandy on the Rocks. The first fragrance, Le Vert, is inspired by Happy Hour, and it is a collaboration of Kilian Hennessy and the French perfumer Mathieu Nardin. The fragrance has on the top note absinthe, in the heart it has licorice absolute and violet leaf, and in the base it has patchouli, vetiver, sandalwoods and woods. I find the note of absinthe to be super interesting. I haven't had many fragrances with this note. I think the only one that I have tried with absinthe was Lin's, and that whole fragrance was very disappointing to me, so I don't think it made any representation. So I'm really interested to try this one. And the second fragrance is called Apple Brandy on the Rocks. As you know, Kilian already has a fragrance called Apple Brandy, so this one will be a spin on it. This one is characterized by the signature accord of apple brandy created with mixture of rum notes and moss and vanilla. So this one is on the top we have bergamot, pineapple and cardamom. In the heart we have rum, vanilla and moss, and in the base we have cedar and ambroxan. Now from the 2 fragrances, this one mostly speaks my name, but I'm interested in both. I love that this one has apple and cardamom. You know where this is going. Apple pie, my vibes. It also has rum and vanilla and ambroxan. I tend to like ambroxan in fragrances, so this one sounds like maybe will be my fragrance, my next obsession. And yes, so these ones are available or will be available as 50 milliliter eau de parfum. I am not sure when exactly they're supposed to launch. This news is from a couple days ago, so I'm expecting to see it maybe in September, but these ones are definitely high on my list. I am very much looking forward to trying them. Let me know if you are also a fan of this liquor line and which one of those 2 is screaming your name more. This will wrap up the news of June. Lots of fragrances coming our way, and I see already a trend of a bit deeper fragrances coming in to move on to the fall season, which I'm all about. I mean, I love summer, but fall fragrances is kind of more in my heart. The type of fragrances that are worn in the autumn are more my style, so obviously I will be more excited about those. What were your standout fragrances? Let me know in the comments. For me, definitely were Kilian, both fragrances, and then we have Memo, also the Café de Changmai, and Autumn Vibes. These one, oh, Dior. Dior, of course, the one that I can't have. So Looking forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Let me know in the comments, what did you think of these releases? Are you going to be picking up something else? And see you in my next video. Bye!